Hey guys, my name is Mutheki, and I'd like to thank you all so much for joining me today. Most importantly, I'd like us to thank God for enabling each and every one of us to be here. Every day you're above ground is a reason for you to be grateful, is a reason for you to go back to your Maker and say, thank you for the gift of life. There's so many things you can buy, but life and health are things you cannot buy. And so always be quick to thank God for life and health. Well guys, as usual, I leave my social media details right on the screen there. And so if you'd like to reach out to me, it could be a topic, could be a suggestion, could be a concern, could be anything you're going through. Feel free, chat me up on my social media pages, drop me an email, and I'll do my very best to try and revert to each and every one of you. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, don't wait. Press the subscription button and the notification bell so that you're always alerted when we post a new video, which by God's grace is normally each and every Sunday. Well guys, in today's video, it's actually a continuation of last week's video. And we've been talking about peace of mind and peace of space. Peace of where you go to get your to refresh yourself every day, to get re-energized and to get strengthened for a new day. And last week, we focused on what you need to do to ensure that you have peace of mind. All right? And we mentioned a couple of things. So if you missed out on that video, kindly rush back, check it out so that you're up to speed on today's video. And on today, we want to talk about peace of place. Peace of your relationships, peace at home, peace where you spend a lot of your time in. And I might focus quite primarily on relationships, but you can use these pointers in any situation you find yourself in. One thing about human beings is we are born very different. And as we grow, we tend to be very selfish. You come first. I. And this is something that people are carrying into relationships. And so you get married to someone, but you still carry into that relationship I, me, mine. That mentality, more often than not, does not create a space of peace. Because what it does is it creates competition within yourselves. It creates selfishness within yourselves. And one thing I always tell you guys is human beings live to the law of reciprocity. We want to repay that which we receive. And so if everything you do is about me, in a relationship that is of two people, then it will not work. Even in your own office, you work with people. There are people around you. You must be concerned about others as they must be concerned about you. I always tell my wife, if we are not one item, then we can be faced by a lot of challenges around us. But imagine if I've got her back and she's got my back. And so she has a whole 180-degree vision on this side. I have a whole 180-degree vision on this side. And so we are covered 360 degrees. Okay? But if we are separate, then at only one given time, you only can see 180 degrees. At one given time. And so you do not have that oneness that is required in any relationship. And so I'll tell you, do unto others as you'd love them to do unto you. Think about others and they will put you first as well as they think about anything. So that is a primary thing that you must do in order to get peace in any situation or in any relationship. Number two, I talk about over-communication. A lot of you are not born or cultured to communicate. Sometimes when I'm talking to my friends, the males out there, they ask me, Dan, do I have to tell my wife where I'm going? Do I have to tell her where I've been? Do I have to tell her everything? Let me tell you, communication is a gift. Communication brings clarity. Communication ensures that we are on the same page. Communication is not just talking. I think we've done a video on this before. Communication is not just talking. Communication is ensuring that my intended message is received and understood as I intended to pass it on. And so you must check your communication channels in your relationships or in your situations, in your places of work, at your home, the places that you spend so much time in. Make sure that your channels of communication are open, are clear, and are two-way. As much as you want to give information, you must be willing to receive information. As long as you want to give, you must be willing to receive, because that is what completes communication. A lot of conversations you have with people, their number one issue is, we don't have communication. We don't communicate. All right? And let me tell you, we are adults. Nobody wants to police you around. Nobody wants to keep a tab on you every time. All they want to know is what you know. And what you know, they want to know. It simply makes things easy. Is that okay? So make sure that you look into your communication channels and that they are healthy, they're open, they're two-way, and they're clear. Another thing you must do, my friends, this is a must. We've done a video on this before, and so you can go check it out, but you must create a conflict resolution mechanism. A conflict resolution mechanism. Disagreements are natural in human beings. A disagreement is simply two people having a difference in opinion and agreeing that they will not agree. That's a disagreement. And this happens to all of us. In every facet of our lives, disagreements will come in. But the thing is, you must ensure that you do not force your opinions on others, because then we move from a disagreement to an argument. And arguments seldomly yield any results. In fact, they tend to bring more strife than good. And so in your situations, in your environments, in your relationships, kindly create conflict resolution mechanisms that must be put in place when anything arises. I'll give an example of my family, my wife and I. First and foremost, in the event of any conflict, we cannot use abusive language to each other at all. That is a no. The communication, the language must be good language. Don't raise your voice at someone. Don't abuse someone. Okay? Secondly, which a lot of you guys have found it very difficult to do when I talk to you guys on the side, is that we must solve any issue we have within 24 hours. The 24-hour rule. And this is backed up in scripture. Ephesians chapter 4 verses 26. And it says, in your anger do not sin. Do not let the sun go down while you're still angry. All right? And that makes sure that we solve things and they're not carried on to the next day. Because a lot of issues that we have in relationships or situations is that you don't solve things as early as they arise. And so what happens is they morph, they grow. Okay? They morph into bigger things. A small anthill becomes a mountain. A small disagreement becomes a separation. Because you let it fester, you let it grow. And once it grows, it becomes a mess. And so the 24-hour rule is absolutely important. It's very hard to apply. And what makes it hard is the pride and ego that is found within us. You know, we say, I didn't wrong them, so I won't even talk to them. Until they apologize, I won't talk. I'm not the one who wronged this time. Or I'm the one who always says I'm sorry. I'm the one who always comes down to earth. I'm not going to do it anymore. You get? And so what this does is it pushes your disagreement or argument to 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. What do you expect is going to happen within those 3 weeks? The gorge that which you have just grows bigger and bigger. The divide becomes bigger and bigger. And trying to come back becomes almost impossible. And so it's absolutely important that you put in mechanisms that ensure that your conflicts are resolved in an amicable, respectable manner. Still backed up in the Bible, Ephesians chapter 4, I think 29. It talks about, when you talk what is good for building others. One that will build others, not criticize. And so that's another thing. We make sure that whatever it is we speak is to build, not to destroy. For growth, not for deceleration. For positivity, not for negativity. And so you must watch your words. And the best way to watch your words is do not speak when you're angry. When you're angry, do not speak, because then you'll be forced to speak things that you regret later. And you keep apologizing. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to, I'll never do it again, forgive me, you keep saying that all the time. Why? Because you don't have a proper conflict resolution mechanism that ensures that you do not do things with anger or in anger. So make sure that you actualize these things. Okay? And one last thing. I still go back to the Bible. Love. The scripture says that love covers a multitude of sin. It says love is patient, love is kind, love is forgiving, love keeps no record of wrongs, love does not hurt others. If you love one another, then you will not hurt one another. That's what we need more and more and more in life. We just need to love more. We shall create peace in our situations in life. And so guys, I'd like to say thank you so much for joining me today as well on this video. I pray and hope that you have picked something out of it. And if you have, kindly remember, share it with friends and family so that we can communicate this message to many more people. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, don't hesitate. Make sure you subscribe. Until next time, may the Lord bless you. May He keep you. May He shine His face upon you. Take care, guys, and God bless.